Snow. I saw snow for the first time in my life here in Germany. That was a long, long time ago, almost 15 years ago. Here in Germany, there's only snow chaos, but in India, there's every other kind of chaos. That's my house, where I live. I built it 2 years ago.
Anand Narayanaswamy has made it in Germany. He has his own house and a well-paying job.
I'm a sales director for Tech Mahindra, India's biggest IT company for telecommunications solutions. This is the key to my office. Or maybe not.
As he works, Anand often switches between speaking English, German, Hindi or Tamil.
Hey boss, this Prague thing which we went for, they called us for another meeting again, right?
I've really learned a great deal here. People are very meticulous, very, very punctual. And the Germans are really straightforward. It's different in India. People say one thing and do another. The lifestyle is completely different.
Anand's job requires him to travel a lot. During the Christmas holidays, he takes his wife and children back home to India. Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu, the 11th largest state in India. It's located on the Gulf of Bengal, in the south of the country.
India is just the way it's advertised. Incredible India. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of development, lots of culture, and a great deal of chaos. It's everything all at once, mixed together. That makes it very difficult to describe in just a few words. It's an experience.
Until 1969, Chennai was known as Madras. Some 5 million people live here, and the population is exploding. Anand's parents live in an apartment in one of the city's quieter areas.
I'm staying up here on the 3rd floor. Now let's go in to see my father, Rayu Narayanaswamy. This is where I spend my time when I come to India on vacation. This is my father, Raju, my mother, Vijaya, my grandmother, her name is Minachi, and somebody very special is also here, the newest addition to the family, Shreyas. He's come from America, where he's already a citizen. Aruna, my sister, is a structural engineer, and the whole family's here, even my sister Anu. She's a doctor and lives in England.
Then he shows us a place that's special to him.
This used to be my favorite place when I was still very young. When I was in 11th and 12th grade, before a big exam, I'd come up here, sit down and study. And nobody could bother me up here. It felt wonderful. But the view was different back then. Now so many tall buildings are going up all around, it's unbelievable.
These days, Anand goes up on the roof to do his pranayama exercises.
Pranayama works something like this. You inhale through one nostril and exhale out the other. But there's a gap in between. Inhale for 10 seconds, wait 5 seconds, then exhale for 10 seconds. That gives me clear air to breathe, and it helps me to concentrate. It does something for me. It's good for developing discipline. Discipline and concentration are both useful to my career. You can also recite verses while doing the exercises. For example, I repeat this verse when I practice pranayama, 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening.
Om Bhuvaha, Om Suvaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Apaha, Jyoti Rasaha, Amritam Brahma, Bhurvassu Varom.
That's the right way to do it, according to our Brahmin traditions.
The Brahmins were once the highest caste, traditionally made up of teachers, scholars and priests. They strive for purity, integrity and compassion for all forms of life.
We also have a family altar. My father and mother, the entire family, pray there every day. Here in India, every family has an altar.
The next day, Anand and his family set out on a pilgrimage.
We're going to
Swamimalai now. That's our family temple, our family god. My parents and in-laws go there every year.
They leave overcrowded Chennai and travel 280 kilometers deep into the interior of Tamil Nadu.
Incredible, isn't it? It's really unbelievable. Incredible India. Everything that is of use is holy to us. You see the image of God that the driver has applied to his windshield there. He believes his cab feeds him every day. He earns his daily bread with this car.
Hunger is still an issue, even in upwardly mobile India. About a quarter of the population is still too poor to feed themselves. This is Puducherry on the Bay of Bengal. It's lunchtime. At a seafood restaurant, the Narayanaswamy family still eats a strictly vegetarian meal. Brahmin Hindus are expected to abstain from eating animals.
We're all eating from banana leaves here. They're very clean, and here they're very carefully prepared. There aren't any insects. And after the meal, the leaves are not thrown away. They're fed to cows, so they get something to eat too, and that's direct biodegradation.
There was no time left to go to the beach. They still have 100 kilometers left to travel. In the late afternoon, they arrive in Serkali. This is where Anand's wife, Priya's parents live. Their grandson, Shravan, hasn't been here in over 2 years. He was born in Frankfurt and is having a bit of trouble recognizing all of the various family members. His great-uncle, for example.
He told us to take off our shoes.
Shoes are always removed before entering a traditional Indian household.
Taste.
Shravan and his sister Sweta think their grandparents' house is a fascinating place.
There, behind you, back there. The tree goes from up there all the way down to the house.
Nach unten bis zum Haus.
You put this here, and then we grind spices on it.
Und dann machen wir so.
That way it's really fresh. Masala and other spices.
Früher machen wir mit dem Dings.
Papa, he's got a spider on his foot.
As long as it's not a snake.
Subtropical animal life isn't exactly Sweta's cup of tea. With plants, it's different.
Dann riecht es.
The next morning, they arrive in Swamimalai, a sacred temple. It's an important pilgrimage destination for Tamil Hindus.
This is very important. The ashes are sacred. We're cremated after we die. And when we're cremated, our bodies become ashes. It's a philosophy. When we put it on our faces and look in the mirror, then we know that we'll return to ashes in the end. And that's why we always wear it. It's not just face painting that you see on the people here. We put a lot of ash on our foreheads. We're doing it for the earth, our fellow humans, not just for ourselves. I should really come here every year, but now that I've been living in Germany for some time, it's not really possible to come here every time I come to India.
First thing has to be done is to go to the elephant god. Pray to him, saying that he blesses to do all our prayers properly.
The main temple isn't dedicated to the widely worshipped elephant god Ganesha. The Tamils here pray to the beloved Murugan.
That is Lord Murugan. He is Ganesha's little brother. Ganesha is the elephant god, and Lord Murugan is our family god.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay, turn the camera off.
Meine
I feel really, really good today because we've come back here after so many years. And to be with my wife, my children, parents and in-laws, everyone together. This is a very, very important day for me.
After the visit to the temple, it's time for a small refreshment.
Wow, super.
Tastes great.
Following the short break, they're on their way again. The drive back to Chennai takes about 8 hours and passes through rural areas. Anand asks these women what they're growing here.
Lemons.
Back in Chennai, Anand wants to visit the elite school where he learned the basics for the career he's chosen. But the school is closed for the holidays. Anand knows a shortcut to the playing field behind the school.
Since the school was closed in the front, here we are in the back. This is where I used to play cricket.
Cricket is India's most popular sport.
Cricket is also called the gentleman's game, or a noble game. I tried to avoid getting hurt, and I was afraid to bat. That's why I was always a bowler.
The bowler is the one who bowls or throws the ball to the opposing batsman.
It takes more than money to get into this school. It's totally performance-oriented. I was just one of 3,000 students who applied to go to school here. There are still many things that are special about this school. We were taught the Vedas. It's called a Dayanand Anglo-Vedic, or DAV. It follows the English system, but Veda is always included too. We were given spiritual instruction with yoga, meditation, and the rest. I believe that's had an effect on our concentration and success as individuals.
Once again, a mix of tradition and modernity that is typical for India, and for Anand's life as well.
India and Germany, or Europe, well, they're only comparable to a point. Yes, we're a large democracy, but there are also a handful of political families who think they can simply pass power down to their children. And that bothers me. They manipulate the entire electoral system. And there's a lot of corruption because they simply want to manipulate the voters.
Indian politics is also a topic of discussion in the evening. Anand is meeting up with his friend Rakesh, whom he's known for over 20 years. Unlike Anand, Rakesh decided to pursue a career in India.
He is super stockist, I think, for Microsoft, right?
We are an authorized partner for Microsoft, Adobe, Corel, and Symantec, most of the leading software vendors.
Yes.
Anand and Rakesh represent India's new, well-educated middle class. They're not happy about how the political system works.
Why can't a Rakesh Chawla become something? That's my question. Why can't an Anand become something?
Are you willing to spend that money for campaigning? Are you ready to invest?
No, why can't the Gandhi family invest in someone else? That's my question.
Why will they? They're not here for charity.
So, politics is business at the end of the day.
It is a lucrative business.
Very lucrative, so it looks like.
The two friends haven't got much time. Anand plans to set out on a 1,700-kilometer long trip into the past the following morning. This is Kolkata, which used to be called Calcutta in the federal state of West Bengal. Anand was born here in 1973 as the child of, one could say, migrants within India. This is where he spent the first 5 years of his life. His cousin Angu is a tea merchant. He's also one of the last family members still living here.
This is the Red Road. Back when the British were here, the Indians were not allowed to walk in this street at all. Those were the days of apartheid.
Yeah, that's why they were in the apartheid side.
India was a British colony until 1947. The Queen Victoria Memorial, left over from the colonial days, is still very popular today.
Have you ever taken me inside when I was a kid?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You must have gone on your own, but at least I have not taken you there.
Okay.
Do you want to go inside?
Oh no, look at the crowd. It's so big, it'll take hours.
You think we can make it in another 20-30 minutes?
No, I think it's too big.
Anand doesn't want to waste time standing in line to get into the museum. He'd rather look for a shop that he remembers from his childhood. Nothing has changed here in the last 30 years. The shop serves Anand's favorite kind of yogurt, and it's the only place where it tastes just like it did 3 decades ago. He returns to the house where he lived until he was 5 years old.
It's all changed. And this is the house actually.
I used to spend a lot of time here. I always played cricket, and I ran around a lot.
So I feel room get hooked.
There are people here who still remember Anand and his family.
They own the building, and they rent the whole thing out. It's amazing to be here again after 30 years.
In the back courtyard, he has another go at cricket, just like in the old days.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Not enough room here for a big guy like me.
Behind grows a manvish.
That evening, he returns to Chennai.
We are so rich yet so poor. That's how I would want to, really put it in one sentence about India. There is a guy sleeping on the road. What have they done for these guys? Whereas I just put it in contrast straight with Germany. You cannot find this. There are poor people in Germany as well, but they're taken care of by the government.
What I'm asking, in Germany is politics also a family business?
It is not at all. Never. It's a super democracy. And if you've seen the Chancellor of Germany, Dr. Angela Merkel, she is actually from the eastern part of Germany. She has been democratically voted into power.
The last stop on Anand's trip home is Mahabalipuram, which has a seaside temple. It's a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site.
Mahabalipuram is a wonderful example of ancient Tamil culture. It was built between the 6th and 8th centuries. This is the shore temple. It is truly unique. It's nearly 1,400 years old, and it's still in good condition and beautiful. That's why it's a World Cultural Heritage Site. But I do find it a bit peculiar that kids can run around like that on a monument to global culture.
This is the last time Anand will visit his homeland as an Indian citizen. He has since acquired a German passport.
I've lived in both cultures, and I understand them both. That's made me a more tolerant person, and also more disciplined. That's because I still follow my Indian traditions, but I now live in Germany, where discipline really matters. And that's had a powerful effect on me. When I think about India, maybe some things are not done there as well as they are in Germany. But India is unique, a completely different world. Things could still really take off there. If not right now, then in a few years.
Wenn nicht jetzt, vielleicht in ein paar Jahren.
Ta